I'm Ross Treelevin, and this is another Sprague Spotlight interview. Today, I'm with
Martha Branch,
and
and
Martha. What do you do here at Sprague?
I work with the Quality Assurance Department, and I cover most of Oregon. I go up into Washington. I get to fly over to Colorado, and also now covering LA and Bakersfield,
In
part of
LA
Bakersfield.
too. Well, now when you used to visit me in Denver, there were always some certain accounts you like to go visit, but also you were very interested in one football team, if I remember.
Oh, absolutely. It didn't break my heart too much to go out there and be able to be in Broncos territory at all. I love that.
Now, how did you become a Bronco fan?
Well, it started with my husband. He had been a Broncos fan for many years. I was a Peyton Manning fan. And of course, when he moved to Colorado, that really cinched the deal for me.
Now, true or false, the technicians, by being Bronco fans, could convince you to not take deductions.
False.
Yeah, I bet they tried, though. I bet they would try. Um, so how would you describe yourself and your journey here at Sprague?
Um, I would describe myself as far as just my history. I worked 23 years previously for a food processing plant, and I was on the other end of the audits. I was being responsible. I worked with Mike Malloy. He was our technician, and I used to get harassed by coworkers because every year prior to the audit, I would have them scrub out all of our devices, and I mean literally scrub them out. And once I became a tech, I really appreciated that I did that once a year. But uh, Mike Malloy always did an amazing job for us and got us 100 in pest control repeatedly. After that, or when the company I was working for was um, closing, Mike came to me and said, "Hey, you should come work for Sprague." And I looked at him. I said, "Huh?" And he goes, "Yeah, you'd be great. You'd be great." And I said, "Mike, I have somebody here do this for me. I don't, do that in house." He said, "No, you'd be awesome." And I thought about it, and I had another option to go work for the local union office, but it was a desk job, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give Sprague a try, see what it's like. And 20 years later, I'm still here, and have been able to use my knowledge in the food industry. I've had a lot of clients that really appreciated that I could help them look for those kind of deductions as well, as far as food handling and cleanliness and different um, auditing problems there as well. So it's been fun. It really has been fun. I love to be a problem solver and get out there and help them get great scores.
That's so awesome. So was Mike your first boss then, Mike Malloy?
Yes, he was the operations manager, and Keith Rowney actually hired me.
Okay, Keith Rowney hired you. Okay, so just going back in time, because I believe we just celebrated a pretty cool anniversary.
Yes. In May it was 20 years. Pretty exciting.
That's
Pretty
so
exciting.
awesome.
And it's even more exciting to see where in the 20-year span that I've been with Sprague, going from the little gas station on Powell, where I interviewed in this little office with Keith, to now this would be our third office in Portland, and just the growth and in the corporate office as well, going to the initial one and Bobby doing the Bobby school and Bobby training, and how that office was just kind of pieced together, and upstairs, downstairs, and the offices. I mean, it was interesting building. And then now to that beautiful facility, our office that we have now in Tacoma. It's been amazing.
That's so cool. Now you must have started just the month before Marcus and I did then. So Marcus must have just been right on your heels there in the Portland office.
Yep, absolutely.
How
Absolutely.
fun. How fun. Now, was the difference in your decision making, was it the desk job versus something that was out and about? Was that one of the factors that weighed in?
Oh, definitely. I've always been more physical in my work, and just I like sitting at a desk, but not full time. And the other thing that was very, very appealing to me from Sprague was the fact that I never had to miss any school activities, functions with my children. Even though I was a full-time working mother, I could adjust my schedule being a technician at that time really allowed me to start early, take off an hour, whatever. As long as I got my work done, it was fine. And so I was able to go to every pumpkin patch trip or mother-daughter tea or whatever occurred at the school. I didn't have to miss anything, which it was very appealing.
That's so cool. So, when you started, you were a technician. What attracted you to the quality assurance side of the business?
Gosh, I think, again, when I was at my previous employer, I was a sanitation supervisor QA type position. And so it was just kind of something that was always there. I always went out and did inspections and followed up with the crews and the teams to make sure we were doing wonderfully. And even though we had a very old facility, we knocked it out of the ballpark on had great AIB and audit numbers. So I guess that's just part of what I love the inspection part. So I guess that's where it really fit in well.
That's really cool. So what have you done to progress your career since you joined Sprague?
I think firstly is just trying to pay attention to detail and taking care of the customer and knowing the importance of trying to get it right every time for them and the value that gives the customer. I think it also reflects on Sprague as well. When I joined Sprague, one of the reasons I joined them is because I admired the service that I got and the quality and how much the standard was of importance. I had one situation as a technician where I had seen an individual performing work that I had to go cover, and it was very disheartening. That employee didn't stay around very long because quality is very important to this company. And I was very proud of the fact that that's the kind of company I'm working for. But as far as getting to the position I'm at now, I would say most of it was past experiences in dealing with audits and knowing what the auditors want, learning those things as I was a technician, the certain standards and requirements for all the locations, and knowing how to go forward and make sure in accounts that weren't mine that they were meeting those standards. So I would guess past experience, knowing the standards, trying to do a great job and protect our client.
So if I'm new to Sprague, should I fear the QA auditors?
I sincerely hope not. I really try. And I know I've been there. I've been audited. I've been disappointed in how Lynn could catch the one bait station out of 55 that I didn't put a hole punch in. Always just befuddled me. I'm like, no, there's no way I missed that. And I'd go there and sure enough, I missed it. And I just want the techs to see us as a resource. I remember when I first started doing quality assurance and being on the Portland branch team prior, a lot of people would reach out to me and, because they knew me. They knew I knew pest control. I was out there doing it if they had a question. And I remember Chad saying, yeah, that'll go away. And I'm like, what? Why would that happen? And it's funny when you get a little more disconnected from the team as far as a specific branch, it does happen less. And I'm so excited when I get a call. There's techs out of California. I could mention names. I'm not sure if I should, but there are techs out of California and Denver and still Portland that do reach out. I just love it when they reach out to me with a question because I would so much rather answer a question and protect them as far as a QA and more so protect our client. So I hope they don't fear us. I know they do because like I said, I was the same way when I was a tech, but we are out there to make us all better.
Well, if you could switch jobs with anyone at Sprague for the day or for the month or for the week or whatever, who would you switch jobs with and what would you do?
Wow, I don't know. That's a tough one. But I'd have to say, I don't know, Rodney in Denver, he does Mile High and the facility. That might be something to think about, to get to go around and check out all the little areas, get into the actual team locker room. When I did the tour out at Mile High, you can't get in there. That's hollow ground. So as a technician, I know he gets access to all those bathrooms.
That is a good option, and that is worth making sure he gets an in-person audit on that from time to time. So.
Absolutely.
That's so awesome. Martha, thanks for joining me today on this. Really appreciate you and congratulations on 20 years.
Hey, congratulations to you. That was awesome news yesterday. And just like I told you years back when I was riding with you in the car in Denver on my first trip, you were the best person for that position. And again, you're the best person. Congratulations.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much. So
Look forward to what's going to happen in the next, I don't know about 20, but for me,
the next 10, we'll go 10 and we'll go from there.
that works. Thanks, Ross.
Thanks so much, Martha.